Hello, and welcome to Positive English Journey, the place where we improve our English and feel a little better about our lives at the same time. I'm Emma.
And I'm Daniel. So happy you're here with us today.
Today we're talking about something almost every English learner feels, but almost nobody talks about: the habit of comparing your English to everyone else.
So let me ask you something. Right now, before we start, have you ever watched someone speak English, maybe online, maybe a friend, and thought, wow, I will never be that good? And then, without even noticing, you spoke a little less that day? Listen to me. That thought is a thief. It is quietly stealing your voice. And today, we are taking it back. By the end of these 15 minutes, you're going to stop measuring yourself against the whole world and start standing on your own 2 feet. Let's go.
Daniel, I want to be honest with everyone listening. A few years ago, I used to watch this one English YouTuber every single night. She was amazing, so fast, so natural, so confident. And every night I closed my laptop feeling a little smaller. I would think, look at her, look at me. What is the point?
Wow, and she had no idea she was doing that to you.
None. She was just being herself. The damage was all in my head. I was comparing my chapter 1 to her chapter 20. And the worst part? On those nights, I didn't practice at all. I just felt bad and went to sleep.
You know, I think that's the part people miss. When you compare yourself to someone better, you think it will push you to work harder. But for most of us, it does the opposite. It makes us freeze.
Exactly. It doesn't make me want to speak more. It makes me want to hide.
I had the same thing, but in a meeting room. When I started using English at work, there was a coworker, really kind guy. But his English was so fast and clean. Every time the boss asked a question, he answered in 2 seconds. And me. I was still building my sentence in my head.
Oh, I know that feeling so well. The sentence is ready, and the moment is already gone.
Gone. And so I just stopped speaking in meetings. For weeks, I told myself, I'll talk when my English is as good as his. But here's the thing. My English wasn't getting better because I wasn't using it. I was just sitting there, comparing.
And that's the trap, isn't it? Comparison feels like motivation, but it actually steals the one thing you need most: the confidence to open your mouth.
Say that again, because that's the whole episode.
Comparison steals the confidence you need to speak. You can't measure yourself against someone and feel brave at the same time. One pushes the other out.
So let me ask everyone listening this. Have you ever stayed quiet, not because you didn't know the words, but because someone in the room sounded better than you? If yes, you're not weak. You're human. We have all done it. Tell us in the comments. We read them.
And here's something I really want people to hear. That fluent person you're comparing yourself to, you're seeing their best moment. You're not seeing the years before it.
Right. You didn't see the embarrassing mistakes, the classes, the days they wanted to quit.
You're comparing your behind the scenes to their final result. That is never a fair fight.
And let's be honest about the native speaker thing too, because so many learners do this. They measure themselves against people who grew up speaking English their whole life.
Oh, that one breaks my heart. Imagine running a race, but you start 10 kilometers behind, and then you feel bad for not winning. That's what it's like to compare your English to a native speaker.
It's not a fair line. They had 20, 30 years of practice before breakfast. The goal was never to become them.
The goal is to communicate, to be understood, to connect with another human being. And you can do that beautifully with simple English. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be clear and brave.
I love that. And you know what makes the comparison even more unfair these days? Social media. Someone posts one perfect English comment with perfect grammar, and you feel small.
But you didn't see them check it 3 times? You didn't see them use a dictionary? You're comparing your fast, messy, real-life speaking to their slow, edited, perfect writing.
Completely different things. And it makes people so discouraged. I get messages from learners all the time saying, I feel discouraged. Everyone is better than me. And I want to gently say, everyone is on their own road. You're just looking at the wrong scoreboard.
And the comparison hides in such small places. A group chat where someone writes long English messages and you only write okay. A class where one student always answers first. A friend who studied abroad. Every one of those little moments can make you go quiet.
It's true. I remember a class years ago. There was a woman who answered every question perfectly, and I stopped raising my hand completely. I decided in my head that she was the good one, and I was the slow one.
Oh, Daniel, and what happened?
One day we did pair work, just the two of us. And she told me she was terrified. She practiced every answer at home the night before, word for word, because she was so scared of getting it wrong. The confident student I was comparing myself to, she was more nervous than me.
That gives me chills. You never know what's behind someone's confidence.
Never. So I was feeling small next to a person who was also feeling small. We were both just hiding it differently, and both of us were too scared to actually practice, which is the one thing that would have helped.
So let's give them the right one, because I don't want anyone to leave this episode just feeling better. I want them to leave with a tool.
Yes, let's do it.
Here it is. And I want you to hear this like it's the most important thing you'll hear today. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Starting right now, you compare yourself to one person only. You, a month ago.
You, a month ago. That's your only opponent.
That's it. Not the YouTuber, not the native speaker, not the person in your class. Just past you. And here's the beautiful part. That's a race you are already winning. A month ago, could you say this sentence? Could you order this coffee? Could you understand this much of the podcast? That is the only comparison that's true, and it's the only one that's fair.
And it's the only one that actually shows your progress, because real progress is quiet. It's slow. It doesn't post itself online, but it's there.
It's so there. 6 months ago, you couldn't listen to a whole English episode. Now you're listening to us right now and following every word. That is progress. That is huge.
I want everyone to actually do this. Right now, think of one thing you can do in English today that you could not do 6 months ago. Just one. Hold that thought for a second.
Did you find one? I bet you did. And that little thing, that's your proof. Not her video, not his fast answer, your thing.
And when that comparing voice comes back, and it will, it always does, you just remind yourself, I'm not racing them. I'm only beating who I was last month.
I had to learn to remind myself of that every single day. I even wrote it on a little paper next to my mirror. Compare forward, not sideways.
Compare forward, not sideways. That's beautiful.
Because the moment I stopped watching that YouTuber to feel bad and started watching her to learn one new phrase, everything changed. Same video, totally different feeling.
That's the shift, isn't it? The same person can make you feel small or teach you something. You choose which one.
You choose, and the brave choice, the kind choice to yourself, is to keep speaking anyway, even when someone in the room is more fluent, especially then.
Because the only way your English grows is by using it out loud, imperfectly, today. Not the perfect day when you finally catch up. That day doesn't come.
It never comes. There is always someone more fluent. So you might as well start speaking now, exactly where you are.
Right where you are is enough. Say that with me. Where I am right now is enough.
And to everyone listening, your English is not behind. Your English is on its way. Every word you've ever dared to say out loud is a brick in something you're building. Nobody else can build it for you, and nobody else gets to tell you how fast to go.
So the next time that comparing voice shows up, and it will, you look it in the eye and you say, "Not today. I am too busy growing." And then you open your mouth and you speak anyway.
Speak anyway. That's the whole game. That's how you win. Okay, let's review 5 useful words from today's conversation so you can use them yourself. Number 1, compare. To look at 2 things and see how they are different or the same. We said, don't compare your English to other people. The challenge, who do you compare yourself to? And is it fair?
Number 2, fluent. Able to speak a language easily and smoothly. We talked about that fluent person who makes you feel small. The challenge, instead of "I'm not fluent yet," can you say "I'm becoming more fluent every month"?
Number 3, discouraged. Feeling like you've lost your confidence or hope. Many learners feel discouraged when everyone seems better. The challenge, what is one thing that makes you feel discouraged, okay, and one thing that lifts you back up?
Number 4, progress. Moving forward, getting better step by step. Real progress is quiet and slow, but it's there. The challenge. Name one piece of progress you've made in the last 6 months.
Number 5, remind. To help someone remember something. We said, remind yourself you're only racing who you were last month. The challenge, what sentence could you write to remind yourself to keep going? Here's the truth I want to leave you with, and I want you to carry it with you. There will always be someone more fluent than you, and that is the worst possible reason to stay silent. Comparison is a thief, and the thing it steals is your voice. So stop racing the whole world. Run your own race. The only person you have to beat is the person you were yesterday, and you are already becoming someone braver than them.
So here's our question for you today. Tell us in the comments, who do you compare your English to? And what would change if you stopped? We'd really love to know.
If this episode helped you feel a little lighter, subscribe to Positive English Journey. We're here every week with English and a little bit of heart.
Keep speaking, keep going, and be kind to yourself. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.